Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another video slash episode of this podcast on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Third October video in a row. We're on a roll, y'all. We're on a roll. If everything pans out correctly, next video I should be in my costume. I'm so excited to put this costume on, y'all. Like, it's so nostalgic. Y'all are just gonna have to see. Anyway, y'all know I love a good theme. Try to do a little orange today. I'm not really much of an eyeshadow girl, but we love the fall vibe. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about the T word. Two of the T words. Triggered. No Jhené Aiko triggers. Everybody says that word, but it's so real. It's so real, especially in the sense of if you've been through some real trauma or traumatic stuff. That's why I said two T's. Let me stop trying to be Dr. Seuss, okay? Let me get serious real quick. If you're not new to this channel, but if you are, I started this YouTube channel when I was in the pit of the most anxious year I've ever had. 21 years old, January 2024. And I made a lot of videos about like how I was feeling and my experiences. I did a lot of story times at first, and I slowly started to get into it. And I like most of my viral videos, and I feel like core reason why people subscribed is because of me talking about the hard things and the experiences and just people relating to how I feel, which I love. The messages, the comments, they all mean so much to me. So I am a survivor of SA. I have survived an abusive relationship. I was in said relationship at 19 through 20. Now I'm 22. I turned 23 next month. And everybody's story is different, but I experienced SA for the first time, and abuse really like at all for the first time as an adult. My heart goes out to other people. I know a lot of other people's stories. It happened a little closer and younger than that than to me being with a partner and being an adult. I was 19, but still. So my first memory of that was October, 3 years ago, when I was in the relationship. And so the holiday season was and still has always been like my favorite season. Like the Burr months, we got Halloween, then we got my birthday, then we got Christmas, then we got New Year's. Like, you know, I love it just like anybody else. But I've realized the past 3 holiday seasons, I find myself being less excited and more anxious, and I've come to gather the reason why, as I'm sure you guys have gathered it too. So it's like the first holiday season after. So I was in that relationship that happened in 2022. That holiday season, I left my abuser in May 2023. So about 6 months post breakup was the first time I've had a holiday season since I had been through that. And man, was it rough. It was rough. I was kind of already in the stage of like starting to come to terms with what had really happened to me. But around holiday season, it started like fast heart rate every day, chest hurting every day, like feeling irritable, staying up till like 3 a.m. every day, and then being anxious because I'm up, but then I have work, and then and then like all that started. Like I feel like it was the first time I had really experienced anxiety. Like mind you, I've had like anxiety and panic attacks before, definitely, from feeling big emotions, being hurt by people. You know, your first heartbreak, you have panic attacks. Like, why am I? Like, I've had it, but I had never had it just like living inside of me, like every day, even though when I'm like, well, there's nothing really wrong today, but like, I still feel it. I feel the effects. I feel tired. I feel irritable. I feel sad, but like nothing really happened. I had never experienced that. That's how my first season had went, which was 2023. That was really hard. I decided to pack it up and start therapy in January. I went to therapy the whole 2024, helped tremendously. But when 2024 last holiday season came, I still found myself fast heart rate. Like, why do I feel, you know, it was still there. I was a little bit distracted last holiday season because one, therapy truly helped. Like I had way less panic attacks. I wasn't feeling like anxious every day by then. Therapy helps, y'all. Go, please go. But I was also a little distracted because for the first time since that relationship, almost 2 years, I was starting a new relationship. So, I was doing a lot of fun things. Of course, it was always there. But like I said in my last video, what I think really helped with my specific essay is like I said, 1, therapy. Get professional help. Get professional help. And then 2, just time and new experiences, y'all. Like, trust me, I know how it feels. Because 2 years ago, during this, I was like, I'm never not going to feel like this. I'm always going to feel like this. I'm never going to have new experiences because I'm so anxious and depressed. Like, it's just not going to happen for me. Like, hey, ma. That's how I felt 2 years ago. And now, I feel so much better. Once again, this holiday season, I'm single, I'm doing it on my own, and I have felt triggered. Like, again, just kind of random, like, nothing's really wrong, but why do I feel like bleh? And it's like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this in therapy or like read the book. I don't know why I'm saying that. I only read like a third of it. But I remember when I was making videos, and I first started to talk to the internet and open up a little bit, someone recommended The Body Keeps a Score, and that's also a phrase that I heard from my therapist, where it's like, you feel like this? Because first of all, I'm always trying to psych myself out about my trauma and be like, well, this has happened and all this and that. And like, I have to tell myself, and other people have to tell me too, like, girl, that wasn't that long ago. Like I just said, all of this happened to me for the first time was 3 years ago. That's not that long ago, babes. Like, that's not that long ago. It really isn't. And even though my mental health is so much better, like I said in my last video, 22 has been the first year of adulthood where I'm like, I actually feel like my mental health is better than last year. My body still remembers. Like, having someone take advantage and touch you in that way, like, it's not easy to forget, even if your mind and all these things and you're distracted. Babes, your body, the energy knows. And like, that was crazy for me to find out in therapy. Like, wow. So it's like a mind-body disconnect that I had to reconnect, which is what I did in therapy, which is why I said get professional help. I also just think that the media is kind of triggering right now. We all know what's going on TikTok. That singer and that little girl found. Okay. We all know what else has been all over TikTok that I remember was making me anxious during the case, but the sentencing of you know who. It's just like, I remember someone hit it on the nail in a TikTok the other day and said that, like, people don't see women as victims until they're, like, literally that's what it takes for people to have sympathy or get real or stop associating with this person. You look at Cassie, and yes, I'm so happy we got something, that we're not gonna see that man for at least 3 years. But I should not be happy over crumbs. Like, that man got 3 years for torturing her and abusing her, basically doing everything but killing her, and still got supporters, and still got, it's like, what would it take to see him put away from life? Maybe her, or maybe not. We don't know. And it's just so frustrating. It's like, I've opened up on my platform, specifically YouTube, about an ex threatening me over a YouTube video, talking about he gonna make me regret it, watch what he's gonna do, blah blah blah. And I also made a video about an altercation I had with that same ex. Like, I had that story time as like in my notes about like my ex threatening me, but at the same time, it was a while ago. I'm like, do I even want to put, like, I didn't even want to put it out because of my safety. It's like, I don't take them serious, but it's at the same, how could you? And I remember opening up with bits and pieces about that experience. I got like a man who claimed to be like a subscriber and a supporter, basically trying to parent me, trying to be like, this doesn't make sense. Like, you're so pretty and you seem so smart. Like at this point, it's like y'all are choosing people like that. Like, and I'm just like, whoa, like other people probably told you this and you that, but you still decided. Who? First of all, my nigga, who are you? Quickly, do you know me? Do you know every piece of the puzzle? And that's the thing about the internet, which is why I have so many stories to tell, and I've told a lot, but I tell them on my time, because I know putting stuff on the internet, even as a small creator, is putting yourself out to be perceived. And I don't want everybody to perceive me, because not even I just feel like on some, oh, they don't know, but like comments like that really make me mad, really make me feel like you need that. Because like obviously you talking like that, you've never known what it's meant, what it feels like to deal with someone who makes you feel unsafe, or like just a person like that, abuse in general. He really thought he ate that and really thought he was like parenting me. Mind you, it'd be like the boys in my comments like that trying to say that who are like old enough to be my dad. I would never date you, I promise. I think about that thing about how like y'all don't see women as victims until they're like, until someone, you see it in true crime too. Girls, I reported this. I reported this message. I reported when he did this. I reported when he did that. Police don't do anything. And then she winds up. And it's like, oh, but I literally think about that specific comment where I'm like, oh, so like what does it take for someone to not look at me and say, why would you put up with that? Or why would you stay? Like that's your first instinct, instead of being like, wow, why would he act like that? Why would he ever talk to a woman like that? Why would he ever? No, your first thing is to look at me. And it's like, I feel like the first thing, again, would he actually see me as a victim if my ex did take up on the offer and say he was going to make me regret it and whatever that means? And then, oh, I came back on YouTube and something did happen to me. Then would I be a victim, and then would you point the finger at him? Or would it still be, oh, why did you even put up or talk to him like that in the first place? Exactly. It's just like perceptions like that are so crazy. Like so crazy to me on the internet. Like I said before, y'all, I was raised in a 2-parent household. I was raised by a good father, a good husband, all that. So when I like stepped out into the real world and heard all the misogyny and all the dumbasses on the internet, like I was really perplexed. Because a man didn't raise me like that. I got a black father who is with a black woman who is not any of the phobics or isms and has never said anything like that. So like I said, when I stepped out and I saw, I said, oh, it's real ghetto out here. But yeah, I think that videos like this are really important. I kind of made like a collage of like a lot of videos I've made talking about how I pushed through and like a lot of my feelings on stuff I've been through. But it's just a reminder like that, like holiday seasons and certain seasons, it's not always happy for everyone. No matter they have the same trauma as me or someone else. It could be they lost someone during this time, or this is their first holiday season without someone, or last holiday season this happened. Like it's not always fun and happy for people. And I do genuinely have good vibes about this holiday season, because I think I've been handling and dealing with my trauma resurfacing really well. Like looking at myself 2 years ago and now, like y'all, on my 21st birthday, I was like so depressed. I just like cried. The Halloween season, I was just like hated my life. And then I look at it now and it's like how the trauma still resurfaces. I still have my moments where yes, I'm trying to go to sleep and then boom, it just pops into my head and I'm just like, well, why do I have time right now? But it's just like the way I deal with it, how it's like stuff like that used to ruin my night, keep me up every night, or keep me up all night. And sometimes, some nights, hey, it might, because again, wasn't that long ago. It's really freaking hard. It's really hard, y'all. I forgot to mention this too. If you're a man watching this and you claim to be a good man, whatever that means, I just want to say, if you know, like you've heard a girl, you know where she stands with you, leave her the alone. That is something, y'all, my exes do not get. So I think something that majorly triggered my trauma starting to resurface was last September. I literally made a video on this too. My abuser reached out to me for the first time like my first time talking to him since we broke up, right? He reached out. He said he saw a YouTube video I made about him, and it was an apology, which was crazy. Crazy, y'all. I literally saw the message right before my therapy session. I unpacked that in therapy. She told me, we went through, do you want to respond? Do you not? Mind you, I always block my exes. He messaged me from like some other account he made. It was an apology saying like, I watched a video on this certain experience in our relation. I'm sorry. Like the video made me realize how like crazy I used to act. But it was just like very vague. So I never thought about what I'd say if he reached out. I had phases. Like when you first leave abuse, you feel like the abuse. Like when I first left my abuser, I felt so bad because of how much he was crying and begging to stay with me. And I felt like, like I'm breaking his heart, but I just can't do it. And then all of it started to set in, like all this abuse and psychological and why I even felt that way. And I started to feel anger towards him. Like that's so crazy that all this emotional abuse and little things is the reason why I can't enjoy my body right now. I can't, whatever. And then, it's like phases. And so I decided, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with him, but I want to know if he's going to admit to sexual assault. Like that's what I want to know. So I said, are you apologizing for emotionally abusing me or sexually abusing me? Because those went hand in hand in my relationship. And his response was, I never sexually abused you, so emotional, I guess. Stay away from Virgo men. Stay away from Virgo men. End of story. I told my therapist that's all I wanted to know. And she was like, well, yeah. So if he responds or whatever, like, because that response came after the session. And I decided I kind of just wanted to say my piece, like kind of make it clear that I don't with you, like leave me alone. So I typed this whole thing where I was like, you're not ready to admit like the abuse you put me through. That says a lot. This man had little sisters. I was like, I hope your sisters never experience a man like you. Like, don't ever hit me up again. Like, we're not cool, blah, blah, blah. It was tea, y'all. Look up the confronting my abuser, like where I put the paragraph in. I ate that. He was typing more like, wait, blocked him, boom. Never heard anything since then. I thought that was last September, y'all. If you know, I have a new Instagram account. Well, not new. I started it in January. So I have another account that none of my exes are blocked on because it's a new account. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, when I tell you almost to the day of when I remembered he reached out last year, was the same day I saw him watch my story on my new account. This was September, probably like 2 weeks ago. And of course, I'm not playing. I already told this man to leave me alone. And he's showing his presence again. Like, it felt like heart racing. It was right before my shift too. What is this? Virgo men are evil. Y'all are the devil. Okay, it was right before my shift. I felt myself getting a little anxious. But again, just block. Again, grounding myself. He can't hurt me. He can't get to me. This is just the internet. Block him, whatever. I did that. I literally remembered the account of the little burner that he messaged me from then. I looked that one up. I blocked that one too. Like, no access. And I felt really good about it. Like, I did feel anxious, but honestly, like I said, your abuser bothering you again after you told them off last year and told them not to with you again. Like, y'all, like me doing that last year honestly was like obviously very emotional, like hearing from someone who's traumatized you that bad. But also, like, leaving it and then, like, dissecting it really made me feel so good because it just felt like crown back on, power back. Like, he knows not to with me. Like, if you ever see me, don't think we're cool. Like, it just feels like you can't touch me. Like, I'm not with you anymore. And, like, he lived in my head for so long, but, like, you don't take up that space anymore. Like, period. But that was low-key little mini story time. Anyway, I think that getting abused for the first time in October, I remember specifically watching a Halloween movie. And then, my bad, y'all. and then having your abuser find another way to watch you makes a lot of sense as to why I feel triggered right now, or did in this past time. But I'm feeling a lot better now, and like I said, I think the big three is really professional help, time, new experiences. But please just remember, like, I feel like energetically, like, the more you connect that mind and body and just like remember, like, that was a big thing for me when I was going through it and when I would have panic attacks, is I would just try to remind myself, like, I'm safe. Like, the body, when you go through stuff like that, panics and you have these attacks and you have all these physical symptoms because it thinks it's still in that situation. And like, you have to train your mind to be like, I'm safe, I'm not with him, he can never touch me, like, Alicia was just a dream. Like, that's really what I have to remind myself. Like, literally, yo, like, when he reached out a couple weeks ago, I literally had nightmares, like, back to back again, of like him subconsciously coming for me. I did not feel good when I woke up, but again, I just have to remind myself, like, I'm safe, I'm not there anymore. He's being a fucking fan. He could be watching this right now because he knows my YouTube. He's running my, like, I have no inkling as to what this man's life is or what he's doing, but he's over here trying to figure out more about me and try to stay connected. Like, that's like fan behavior. Like, I don't know him. Like, you're a random person on the internet to me, okay? So yeah, I don't know, I don't have all the answers. I still go through it. Like I said, mine wasn't a long time ago. I wonder if I'll always feel a little bit triggered, like, every holiday season, even if it's not to the same extent, you know? But either way, it's gotten better every season. And I remember 2 seasons ago not really wanting to be here or deal with the effects of this. And look at me now, making a video about it or being able to talk about it without crying or having anxiety of, you know, so hang in there. And yeah, I'm not a professional. I just got professional help and read books and try to take advantage of my resources. But I hope I said something helpful, because honestly, you guys' messages and comments really mean a lot to me. Because another thing that really truly helped when I was going through it is just seeing like-minded content and seeing, like, oh wow, this isn't an original experience. Like, unfortunately, a lot of people can relate in different ways and they carry it so well, or they don't, but they just don't show it. And honestly, I would still be, a lot of my favorite creators that I kind of watched for comfort don't really put out stuff like that anymore. So if you have any resources, because I still be looking up stuff when I get into it, like how to this, or just like the psychological effects that I still have sometimes, let me know, because I don't know everything. But yeah, hearing other people's stories and like-minded experiences and feelings really felt like a warm hug to me. So I hope this has the same effect on anybody watching it who needs it. Thank you guys so much for listening to another video / podcast episode on this channel. I really appreciate y'all. Hang in there. I will be providing story times for you guys to laugh at, so we could all laugh after we cry, okay? A few words from the cat that was terrorizing the room while I was trying to film. Say it. Say it. No, say something, since you wanted to make filming difficult while I'm trying to be serious. Say it. The same cat that bounces off the wall while I'm trying to have a mental breakdown, by the way. Oh, now he's quiet. Were you silent or were you silenced? He's getting sleepy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!